Alright, and teams have now moved into Champion Select, starting up a little bit early, just like 20 seconds early or so. It looks like the first band coming out is Vayne, a very popular band these days. One of the only AD carries, really, that you'll usually see banned. And Vi coming out as a band for Melon Smash, that's a pretty rare band. I would suspect that it's being targeted at one of the members of Team Impulsive.
Not as rare as you would think, just becoming a little bit more popular now. You see her a lot more. Junglers are finally starting to pick her up a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing her in a few more tournaments coming up here shortly. Looks like Fizz gets banned out as well by Team Impulsive here. And then Udyr coming right back. Udyr, on the other hand, don't see Udyr banned out too much. Looks like they're targeting the jungler of Team Impulsive here. Is on the other hand coming out as a ban. Looks like they don't want to deal with that assassin in mid, as he's really strong and really hard to gank right now. He's got a lot of burst early on in the early levels.
Then Zac comes out as the final ban from Team Impulsive, and Tryndamere from Melon Smash. Tryndamere can be a pain to deal with, and Zac is really strong at initiating with his Elastic Slingshot and then his Let's Bounce.
So we'll see what Team Impulsive picks up here as their first pick. Looks like Thresh. So Thresh was left open. Not too surprised there. Locked away that into the first pick. Obviously really strong with his death sentence and his play and his ability to catch people out. Really powerful support. Good peel. Good initiating. So good pickup there by Team Impulsive to start off their match. And he syncs well with pretty much any comp. So it'll work out pretty well for him.
Looks like Caitlyn Sona being picked up from Melon Smash. A really strong lane as far as poke, and can be a pain to deal with, especially if they manage to poke down Thresh while he collects souls, but isn't in range to auto-attack them back.
They could also be looking to do a 2v1 lane here with the Caitlyn Sona lane. They can push really hard with that. They might not want to go 2v2 against that Thresh with his death sentence and stuff like that. So they might decide they want to go for a 2v1 lane here and decide to push that advantage that way.
Looks like Tristana is being shown by Team Impulsive. I personally really like the Tristana pick. She's incredibly strong late game and really isn't lacking in mid or early game either. And her infinitely, or not infinitely, but scaling range is a real asset.
Yeah, we'll see if they decide to lock that in. It looks like they're looking at Nocturne as well. Tristana does do pretty good. Caitlyn would abuse her in a lane a little bit early on, though, if Caitlyn is aggressive enough to use her range advantage early on in the first couple levels. I think Tristana catches up to that and passes Caitlyn around to level 11, I believe, or something like that. So we'll see if they decide to go for a 2v2 here matchup. It's really going to depend on Mr. Double, whoever plays the Thresh, if they can catch anybody out, or if Caitlyn's going to be aggressive enough to poke people out. Also taking Nocturne as well as the jungler, perhaps. Noc's really good clear on the jungle, has a lot of utility. You can build him tanky, or you can add just a Blade of the Ruined King on him to give him a lot more damage coming out of the jungle, so that's a good pickup as well.
Soraka and Jarvan being shown from Melon Smash. I would be really surprised if they picked up that Soraka. They could be going back to Season 2 when Soraka mid was a thing, but it looks like they've locked in Ahri instead. And Jarvan as well. Jarvan and Sona are a really powerful combination because Jarvan can keep people locked in his Cataclysm for long enough for Sona to drop in an ultimate over all of them.
Yeah, I really like the team comp coming out from Melon Smashers right now. It's got a really solid all-around team comp. They got the tank coming in with Jarvan, Caitlyn being picked up, Sona being picked up, and Ahri. Probably the best compliment they could give to their comp right now would probably be to add in a Shen. If they added Shen into their comp, they'd probably have like one of the strongest team comps I've seen in this tournament so far. But it looks like Shen is actually maybe going to get picked up by the other team here, so we'll see how that goes. But Shen would have complemented their comp very well, as would have given them the opportunity to split push the 4v4 in mid. They would have been really strong with that 4v4 in mid, but it looks like Team Impulsive knows what was up, and they're going to take away that Shen from them. And they're also showing Veigar right now for the mid lane. I would be surprised, but I don't think they're going to hold on to Veigar here for this match up. unless they prove me wrong and they get him anyway. So we'll see how well that goes on there. Obviously, late game he becomes crazy. So Team Impulsive right now showing a super late game comp.
And how do you feel about the Nocturne Shen combination as far as map control?
As well as globals coming out, I feel like the globals, Shen's globals is a lot more global than Nocturne. Nocturne's ult has been nerfed so many times now that you can't really consider that too much of a global as it once was. But Shen's global coming out definitely hurts. So later on in the matchups, they're really going to do pretty well there. But you have to look at the side of Melon Smashers here. I really like Melon Smashers team comp. Yeah, you got 2 globals coming out. Big deal, but they're only going to be able to really punish one of those globals. Like right around level 6, Melon Smashers has got to be careful for that Shen ult from the top lane and the Nocturne ult coming around. But I mean, I really like Melon Smashers team comp. I think they have a better team comp in this situation. I feel like Veigar's going to have a little bit of a hard time in mid early on versus Ahri if Ahri pushes their advantage. The same thing in that bottom lane, Caitlyn and Sona. So, strong late game team comp coming out from Team Impulsive, but if they don't last, I feel like they're gonna have a lot of trouble getting out of the laning phase. If they get out of the laning phase, they'll probably have a really good chance of this game, but I really feel like they're gonna struggle to get out of the laning phase. So it's gonna really be up to Melon Smashers to really take control of the game early on and see how well they do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we have Wukong getting picked up for the top lane against Shen. A little bit surprising. Yeah, he's got his ult Cyclone. He's gonna be able to knock up the Shen and cancel that ultimate out. We'll see how aggressive he plays early on with that. And
Wukong really also does add into the AoE aspect of Melon Smash.
Yeah, Melon Smashers has an insane team fight right now. I really like their team fight coming in. So it'll be really interesting to see. It really is going to depend a lot on the laning phase. Late game, I feel like obviously the late game champions are on Team Impulsive, but I feel like Melon Smashers has the far superior comp in this this particular game. So we'll see.
All right, now it looks like we're moving on the 3-minute delay. So we have a little bit of time to kill now. Team Impulsive is our #1 seeded team in the tournament. It looked like they had 2 Gold 1 players, a Platinum 5, a Platinum 4, and a Gold 5 maybe. So they're up on the higher end of teams as far as rankings for this tournament. Melon Smash also had a couple of golds, and I think they had 1 Platinum as well, but they also had 1 or 2 Silver 1 players. So as far as solo queue rankings, it's definitely skewed in favor of Team Impulsive. One interesting thing about Melon Smash, though, is that they have a 6th member of their team who works to schedule them in various tournaments. They're active in a number of tournaments and also spectates all of their games and tells them what they're doing wrong and how they can improve and stuff. So they do have a third eye that's been helping them improve as a team for quite some time. So it'll be interesting to see if their team fighting and their practice together overcomes Team Impulsive's solo queue rankings.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. They do have that analyst, and analysts can be really helpful, so we'll see if that helps them out. They do have a really good comp, so I really feel like their comp is definitely top class, and I really feel like it's the best one we've seen so far. It looks like they had exactly in mind what they wanted to do. They decided to go for it, so we'll see how well it works out for them. Definitely, it's going to be whoever does better in the laning phase, the early phases of this game, because obviously Tristana late game, got Lycopus on Tristana, and then we got Frost Reaver on Veigar. We'll see if they get to late game. They're obviously going to become super powerhouses, and then they have those 2 globals coming in as well. So a lot of the pressure is going to be actually on Woot Gaming here on Jarvan to see like how well he does, if he's able to get around the map, if he's able to create that early pressure in the lanes and swing the lanes in their favor. And it's going to be also coming up to him a little bit around level 6 to see if he can anticipate where Nocturne's going to be when Nocturne comes in for a gank. If Jarvan's able to show up for a counter gank, it'll be a 4v2 almost, or 4v3 almost no matter what, because Shen can come in as well. So it's going to be up to Wukong to hopefully stop Shen out or punish Shen early on, so Shen is forced to stay out of lane, and up to Woot Gaming to make sure that Melon Smashers really stays in this game.
Yeah, so Melon Smash will likely, with their team fights, have the advantage in the mid game, but Team Impulsive will probably come back and take it if the game goes late enough, is what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and just 20 seconds left on our delay, so we'll be getting into this game here shortly. And we will be doing a giveaway if we hit 50 viewers in between the matches, so So be sure to spread the word about the match. We have several $10 RP cards. We'll be giving one away at 50 viewers. And if we happen to reach 100, we'll give another one away. But yeah, so try to get 50 viewers in the event, and we can give you guys some RP.
Finally getting into the loading screen here. We'll see how this works out. We'll see who wins the legendary skin battle, because that's obviously the most important thing of the game. Looks like Team Impulsive smashes the skin battle. Now we have a chance to look at the summoners as well. So you see Ignite getting picked up by Wukong. So it's good. He does not have teleport, so he's not going to try to follow Shen around. He's just going to try to beat him in lane. And same thing with Shen. Shen actually picks up an Ignite as well, so he's able to last in lane. So no teleports coming out from the top laners for this. And then other than that, everything else is pretty standard. Flash Might, junglers. Both supports have Exhaust and Flash, Barrier and Flash coming in. And then Flash and Ignite for the mid laners as well. So no teleport's going to be used in this game, so they really are giving full control of the globals. Melon Smashers is just saying, you guys can have your globals and do whatever you want with it, because we're just going to beat you guys in lane. We don't really need to worry about it. So it'll be interesting to see how they react to that.
So do you expect to see any level 1 activity from either of the teams? They do
Yeah,
have Thresh
I
on
do
Team
actually.
Impulsive.
Impulsive definitely has the Thresh coming out. They also have a Shen, and Veigar could potentially get a stun up as well. So I really feel like they could definitely force something if they really wanted to. They could definitely get their wards out on the map. But at the same time, Caitlyn can drop a couple cupcakes around, you know, and make sure that a couple of the key entrances, and Ari can pick up a charm as well. I feel like it's going to be, at the beginning of this game, I feel like Team Impulsive is going to try to get a couple deep wards in here. And I'll have to see how Melon Smashers responds to that. They might try to just counter ward as well, so we'll see how it goes. But they do have to be careful of that Thresh coming in at level 1. A lot of CC coming out from the team of Impulsive for this game.
Alright, looks like we're just waiting on Thresh to finish loading now, as he's sitting at 94%. Everyone else is done. So I expect to be into the game in a matter of seconds.
It'll be definitely interesting to look at these lanes. I really want to see how well Veigar does if Ari's able to punish him early on and force him out of lane. Pressure's really going to be on Ari, though, to be the aggressor early on and force Veigar out of the lane. So Nocturne's going to have his work full for him early on, because he's really going to have to pretty much hold Veigar's hand a little bit to make sure that he's not getting punished too much out of lane and stuff like that. See his team's buying here. Lots of wards coming out from Sona on I Can't Summon there. Is picking up a lot of wards. So we'll see how she uses those to her effectiveness. It looks like Melon Smashers bought quickly, and it looks like they have an idea in mind of where they want to go. Ward also getting picked up by Wukong, so it looks like they want to go drop a couple of wards. Looks like most of the team's running up to the red buff area. So we'll see if they decide to walk straight in there.
Looks like the bot lane from Team Impulsive took their time purchasing. I wonder if Thresh was having problems since he was the last one to load in.
You have to notice they did not pick up a lot of wards, though. Looks like Veigar might have been spotted out there. Looks like they did see him, so they're just going to back off after that. But
yes, Sona bought as many green wards as possible, whereas Thresh decided to buy the rejuve bead and then green wards. No pink wards coming out for either team, though.
Definitely shows that Melon Smashers really wants to get a ton of wards in there. So a ward was dropped, though, by the red buff for Team Impulsive there. And they seem to know that. So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to do that. Looks like Team Impulsive is heading into Melon Smashers red buff. Looks like they want to claim that one. They're going to try to steal that one away. There was not a ward dropped up there, though. And we do see Caitlyn running up to this area with Sona right now. They're going to walk right into Thresh here, and Veigar's going to be right there. And now they're going to get caught out. Q comes out for Sona, Flash comes in for Thresh. Hook goes onto Caitlyn, though. Sona flashes away. She's going to be able to get out of there. Caitlyn's slowly running away right now as well. Her flash is up. Tristana does pick up the kill, though, onto Sona. But Caitlyn's flash is still up, and she's getting chased away by Nocturne. Good juke by her. She flashes over the wall, and she's going to be able to get out of there. So good job by Team Impulsive to act on that one and knowing where Melon Smashers is to get that first blood and the red buff.
Yeah, it was a good reaction by Tristana, too, to know not to... She was heading back to lane, and she, as soon as the fight broke out, she came back up and was able to pick up Sona after Sona thought she'd gotten away successfully.
So it's definitely going to put the bottom lane behind a little bit. Looks like they do want a 2v1, but they're going up there in a 2v1 situation, and they're going to have no flash on either of them. So that's going to be a little bit dangerous for them coming on early out on this game. And in the bottom lane, it looks like the meantime for the 2v1 in the bottom lane, it is going to be Wukong. I'm a little bit surprised if they really wanted to 2v1. I'm a little surprised Wukong did not pick up a Doran shield, though. He decided to go for the rejuvenation beat. He's probably going to end up building that into a team a little bit later on, but I'm a little surprised he did not get the Dorans coming out. So
when you're stuck in a 1v2 situation like that, how useful is buying wards at the start of the game? It seems like you're going to be pushed to your tower for most of the time anyway.
I mean, you can drop a ward behind you to know if like you're going to get towered over for a 3v1, but other than that, it's really not worth it. He's already down to half health in the bottom lane here. Jarvan is there. He's standing on a ward. They know he's there. But if he had that Doran shield, the Doran shield really does help so incredibly much. Like, the amount of base attack damage that it blocks for you and the health rejuvenation coming in with that, it's like that's the ideal 2v1 item pretty much no matter what. You're going to be taking a lot of poke and you really want to pick that up. Rejuvenation bead, yeah, gives you a little bit of extra regen, but it really isn't worth it, and he's going to get pushed out of lane really quick here.
So Jarvan's still standing there on that ward, and it looks like Nocturne's in the area, so if Jarvan does eventually decide to go in, Nocturne will be there to counter game.
Yeah, this is really good by Team Impulsive. They're actually going to kill the Jarvan here. So they jump in right in on top of him. Thresh does not throw out his hook yet, though. He's still holding on to the death sentence. He misses the play. Jarvan flashes out, and Thresh the entire time of that held on to his death sentence. So I'm a little surprised they didn't initiate with the death sentence. It would have been a little bit smarter to go in with that, but it was a good job by Team Impulsive to like play up still and, you know, not show their cards yet, and they could have easily got a kill there on the Wu Gaming on Jarvan, but they decided to jump in instead of initiate with the death sentence there. So
meanwhile, on top lane, we see that Caitlyn and Son have already pushed down the tower against Shen to around half health, whereas Tristana and Thresh really haven't touched their tower all that much. Partially because they're hanging back because of Jarvan.
Yeah, we see Nocturne coming up right now, though. He's going to be able to help Shen hold out that lane, and now Sona and Caitlyn are going to have a little bit of a hard time. It's important to remember that Sona and Caitlyn do not have flash up, though. Barrier is going to be up for Caitlyn shortly, and Exhaust is up for Sona. But Shen can go in here with Nocturne to back him up, and they can potentially pick up a kill here. Looks like Jarvan is actually heading up to that top lane right now, though. And he's probably going to run right in behind Mr. Double here. And it's going to turn into... Jarvan's on his way. So once again, here comes the bait. Here comes the flash off from Shen. Exhaust is burned onto Nocturne there as taunt goes out on Sona and Fear goes out on her. And she's running away with a little bit of health right now. Good job by Jarvan getting up the flag there. Shen's running away. Flashes out. Looks like he's going to get out of that. Caitlyn does Caliber net into range, though. And Shen's going to get out with just one tick remaining. Fear comes back out onto Caitlyn now as Nocturne chases onto her. And it looks like Nocturne's going to back off as well. So once again, really good job by Team Impulsive to know their amount of damage that they can put out there. It was a really good job by them to pick up that kill on Sona, and they did really well. Shen just barely made it out of that fight with just one auto attack away, so definitely a close fight, just wasn't able to finish up any kills there. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, it looks like Sona's coming down to help Wukong, who's getting pretty low right now. He's all out of health pots, so he's going to be struggling a little bit to hold this turret. But Sona's coming here to help him. But Tristana and Thresh are both full health, and Sona has flash. She's level 3 and has been killed twice now, so we'll see how helpful that is for Melon Smashers. Or Melon Smash. Excuse me.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Looks like the turret is picked up in the top lane by a Melon Smash. Good job by them to force that one down. Let's see if they can react in time to get Caitlyn in the bottom lane so they can hold on to that second turret as well. And it'll give them a huge advantage. We do see a flash coming into the bottom lane though as Wukong does go in with his Cyclone and he dashes right in onto Thresh. Thresh gets picked up, Thresh goes down. Shen does come in with the Stand United onto Tristana to save her though. And Nocturne is on his way down in the bottom lane right now. It's a good pick up there with the Wukong coming in with the Cyclone. And we do have a pause coming out. But a good kill pick up there from Melon Smashers to take that kill.
So pulling up chat, it looks like Team Melon Smash's Skype crashed, so I'm going to be fixing that and we'll probably be back in just a minute or two.
So far it's been pretty close. Only 200 separates the two teams right now. And that's thanks a lot to the turret picked up by Melon Smash up in that top lane there. And they do have 5 members in this bottom lane right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do decide to maybe rotate over to this dragon and try to take this dragon right now. As Tristana is very low and Tristana is probably going to have to back off, but Veigar is still in the mid lane and he's pretty full health right now, so he's going to be able to rotate down to that, and Nocturne is full health as well. So there'll be a few people that'll be able to converge onto that with at least Shen, Veigar, and Nocturne to maybe harass out Melon Smash if they do decide to rotate for that dragon right now.
So looking at the farm 7 minutes in between the two lanes, we see that Tristana's already up 12 CS, even though they're still in the phase where Caitlyn has longer range than her. The junglers are about even, and Wukong's up a little bit lane, and Veigar's also up about 12 CS. So we see that both Tristana and Veigar for Team Impulsive are out-farming their opponent, which explains the about, or rather irrelevant, but still 200 gold lead that Impulsive currently has.
We do see Melon Smash are coming into this dragon though as they do pull it and they start to work down on that. Nocturne is here though, and so is Veigar, and Veigar is full health and does have his ultimate up. So we'll see if he gets a stun in here. He goes straight in onto Wukong. Here comes the stun out. Veigar does get blown up though as Wukong does escape with just a little bit of health. Shen comes in as well with the taunt, does get the ignite down, and is able to pick up the kill on Wukong, but he's going to get dropped by Ahri. And now they're going to pull out the dragon and take this dragon anyway. So that was a 2-for-1, and dragon is going over to the side of Melon Smash right now as Nocturne does seem to back off and give up on that.
That was rather uncoordinated by Team Impulsive there, as Veigar flashed in alone and then Shen dashed in alone, instead of going in at the same time and having Nocturne come in too. So they went in one at a time and got picked off individually, and that really didn't go as well as it could have for them.
I understand what they were trying to do though. Frost Reaver really wanted to kill. Really wanted to drop the kill onto Wukong to an extent. He should have been focusing, in my opinion, a little bit. It's going to sound a little crazy, but I was expecting him to target the Jarvan. Because if he killed the Jarvan, and they were able to blow up the Jarvan there in that fight, because he was the one tanking the dragon, then they would have been forced to back off the dragon to an extent, because Nocturne would have been still up with his smite, and he could have got in there to smite that out. We do see Team Impulsive leaving this bot lane tower to 1 health. Looks like Thresh is going to finish that, so they are going to answer with the turret right after that. So now there's only a 500 gold difference coming out between the two teams. We do see Ahri at 2-0-1 right now, though. She does pick up her needlessly large rod coming out, so she's getting pretty far ahead. Veigar does have that as well. And other than that, we see a kill coming in on Tristana as well as a kill on Shen. CS-wise, though, 27 CS. Let's look at the two lanes that had a 2v1. 27 on CS on Shen to Wukong, who has 41, who's able to pick up that team at 80 carry-wise, we have 47 on Caitlyn to 54 on Tristana. Tristana's winning that one a little bit. And then in the mid lane, 67 on Veigar to 56 on Ahri. It's a good job by Veigar to outfarm Ahri, actually. But Ahri does have those 2 kills to kind of buff out her score a little bit. So she's actually a little bit ahead. As well as the global gold coming in from the dragon and the turret. So we'll see how that adds up to a little bit later, as Veigar is going to start to get more powerful now.
So you see Jarvan coming in for a lane gank while Veigar picks up blue in mid with Nocturne. So we have a 3v2 in bottom lane, but it looks like the ward from Team Impulsive will have already spotted out Jarvan. And so Team Impulsive backs off and Jarvan moves.
It's really up to Team Melon Smash right now to kind of accelerate the game. They really need to be doing things to accelerate the game. They need to be grouping in mid as 2 or 3. We do have a Death Sentence going in on the bottom lane on Sona though. The ult comes out of the box as well. Here comes the Crescendo coming out, hitting both Tristana and Sona there. Sona gets away with just 1 health as she goes in as Caitlyn turns it right back out onto Tristana. Thresh does tank the ace in the hole though, and he gets extremely low, and he's going to get out with just about one auto attack away from death as well. Sona, good. Oh, Caitlyn was coming in with the Caliber net, following up with the Pilt over there, so really close coming in with that Peacemaker there at the end. But it looks like both champions are just going to walk away, but we do see Nocturne coming up on the bottom lane now, and he does have that Paranoia up, so we'll probably see an ult coming out straight from him in onto Sona.
Sona's lands a stun on Ahri and nukes her down for about half path, but Ahri comes back and trades it up, and it looks like oh, Shen burns his ultimate to stop Veigar from dying to ignite. So Veigar ends up +1 in that from that trade. Nocturne comes in now on bottom.
The Paranoia coming straight in onto Sona as they pick up that kill on Sona immediately. Jump comes in again from Tristana, and Caitlyn's going to get dropped out here. She tries to trade that back, but she's not able to put out enough damage. A good job there in the bottom lane by that Nocturne using that Paranoia to pick up a couple kills. Melon Smash really overstayed their welcome there. They should have realized that Paranoia was still up, and Nocturne was a little bit MIA, so they overstayed their welcome just a little bit in that bottom lane. We do see both Shen and Wukong in the top lane just farming it up, as well as Veigar in the mid lane. He's up to 87 CS to Ahri 73 now, and he's getting a lot stronger as the game progresses. 2 kills now on Tristana as well, as Team Impulsive here is slowly pulling away by about 1,000 gold lead over Melon Smash. And like I was saying, Melon Smash really needs to find some way to group up and accelerate the game a little bit. They are really going to struggle later on, as just look in the mid lane right now as Veigar does drop his stun and his ult, still holding on to his ult as Ahri just walks out thanks to that charm there, but takes Ahri down extremely low just off of a Baleful Strike. And
so once Veigar finishes his Deathfire Grasp, he's going to be able to 100-0 Ahri with absolutely no problems.
We should have 100-0 there, but he didn't use his Ignite or his ultimate there. So Ahri was able to just walk right out on that one, but that would have been a free kill there if he had burned his Ignite and his ultimate, so that would have been a pretty burst there too, as he's just going to get more and more powerful. We do see in the top lane, Wukong getting a little bit bullied by Shen, as Shen is starting to win those trades a little bit more, coming out with that armor and stuff like that. Maybe when Wukong picks up a Vampiric Scepter, he'll be able to last a bit longer there, as he is building for that Ravenous Hydra right now. Dragon is up though in 25 seconds, so we'll see if both of the teams converge down onto Dragon, try to make a play there. There comes the ultimate in from Jarvan in the mid lane though, as Veigar is forced to flash out, as Jarvan did burn his Cataclysm there onto Frost Reaver on Veigar to see if they would be able to lock up a kill. So Flash is burned right now by Frost Reaper.
And looking at the ward coverage that Team Impulsive has on the Dragon area, I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to pick this up. And Fresh goes in onto Sona, who burns her ultimate, locking at both of them, but Tristana continues to chase in. Jarvan starts to collapse on them, but Tristana's jump reset and she's able to hop away. Looks like they're going to be able to get out of this no problem.
Yeah, they're still tracing onto Tristana here a little bit. Caliber Net burns, but Nocturne's going to come right back in here. I'm surprised they actually didn't commit to that, as that would have been a 3v2 if they decided to go, and it looks like they just want to take the Dragon though, and they're just going to lock that one up right now. So good job by Team Impulsive to, you know, push that advantage a little bit, catch out Sona and take this Dragon. Sona does have 4 deaths now, as she is getting constantly grabbed out by Thresh there.
Yeah, Sona is one of the squishiest characters in the game, so it's a really easy kill if Thresh manages to land his death sentences on Dora. And great death sentence down onto Jarvan locks him up just long enough for his team to blow him up. Looks like that'll be the blue buff going to Team Impulsive now.
Yeah, Team Impulsive is slowly starting to really pull away with this game here, which is really scary for Melon Smash, as they do have the better mid-game team actually, but Team Impulsive is just all around beating them right now, and with their late game champions coming in with Veigar and Tristana, they're in a really good spot right now.
Yeah, we've yet to see Melon Smash group up as 5 though and really force down a fight where they can really all use their ultimates in this single fight. It's been a lot of Team Impulsive out maneuvering Melon Smash and catching them out with Thresh's death sentences.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see the team fight when it does come out though. If Melon Smash is able to get a perfect team fight coming in, it will be really powerful for them, and they'll probably clean up quite a bit. But they do have to be careful though. Veigar is going to be able to, deter that team fight really well. He's got the Event Horizon coming out for his AoE stun. It's going to be a really good job about blocking out Wukong, blocking out Ahri, and if he's able to insta-burst Ahri in a fight, the fight that Melon Smash wants won't happen unless they are able to catch out someone like Veigar and they're able to just get in there and get a charm in on him before he's able to react. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we see Caitlyn getting poked out by Tristana as Tristana goes into the turret there. Barrier used by Caitlyn. Ult comes out from Tristana. Jarvan comes in here. Ace in the hole comes out as well as the Cataclysm as Tristana's getting really low right now. Sona is coming in as well. Tristana's trying to run away a little bit on those little eggs. Flash burned over, and then Jarvan's able to pick that up with the Dragon Strike there coming out. Exhaust was burned by Sona to secure that kill, as it looks like Opus on Tristana overstayed a little bit there, and a good barrier by Caitlyn to kind of bait him into that turret a little bit.
Yeah, Tristana definitely powered up that, expecting to get the reset on her jump, but the barrier from Caitlyn prevented that from happening and kept Tristana locked in way too deep.
So I really want to see Jarvan run right into this mid lane. Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Ahri
wow.
gets out with... That's exactly what I'm talking about. Oof.
Ahri had about 10 HP after that burst.
Yeah, so, I mean, definitely close, but that just goes to show how far ahead Veigar is right now and how strong he's going to be. Look at that damage onto Caitlyn as well. Just the Event Horizon into the Dark Matter, the Baleful Strike coming out, and he's just going to instantly burst Caitlyn and Ahri, and they really need to pick up a Quicksilver Sash or something at this point. As the team fight that Melon Smash wants, they're not being able to get because they're just getting bullied around by Veigar right now. Look, that's exactly right there with the perfect, drops the perfect Event Horizon, able to block off all the engaged, and they're just able to back right off and wait it out. Shen is in the top lane right now with that ultimate though, so...
I'm surprised to see that Ahri hasn't built an Abyssal Scepter. It's a really good item against Veigar, because it gives you damage by reducing magic resist, it protects you from his magic damage.
Oh, we do have the Crescendo going out in mid lane though, as they do jump in onto Tristana there. Thresh gets instantly burst up. Nocturne's in the back though on Caitlyn and Ahri. He gets extremely low. Looks like he's gonna go down. Ace in the hole comes down. Tries to flash behind Tristana. Kills himself. Cataclysm coming out though as Jarvan is in the tower range. Shen finally ults in at the very end of this, and Veigar is going straight in and is able to pick up the kill there onto Ahri. Veigar is trying to run away now though. Piltover comes out, and it looks like Caitlyn's able to pick up that kill as well. So good fight coming up from Melon
Smash. Great job by
there.
Wukong interrupting Shen's ultimate. If Shen had been able to come in when Veigar stunned 3 or 4 of them, it would have been devastating to have been able to clean up all of those kills together. But instead, Wukong burned his ultimate to stop Shen from being able to teleport in and was able to save the rest of his team.
Yeah, that was definitely a good job by Wukong in the top lane to lock that up. Overall, really good fight coming out from Melon Smash there, and they do have the strong. That just goes to show that they do have a really strong team fight if they're able to get it up. Wukong wasn't even there for that fight, and his ultimate is a huge deal for a fight. But Sona was able to catch him out with a good crescendo coming out there, and then the fight went in from there. Ahri was able to get in quite a bit of damage. The team did get in pretty deep though, as Nocturne was pretty much right in the back line, turret diving a little bit, taking a couple shots from the tower there, and that really hurt them out quite a bit. So overall, it was a really close fight. Now, if we look at the gold lead is back to about 400, as these teams are both really close to each other. And Dragon is going to be up in about a minute, so we could expect both of the teams to maybe converge in on the Dragon if they want to probably lock that up. Team Impulsive does have the timer for that, though, and it looks like Mr. Double is hanging around by that right now. And Sona is coming out to ward a little bit here. She's going to spot out Nocturne, just going to back out. So it looks like they do want to lock up that Dragon for Team Impulsive. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we do have Wukong pushing. Veigar just instantly bursting Caitlyn in the mid lane there. Good death sense coming out from Thresh as well as they go in onto the Jarvan there, but that just goes to show how powerful Veigar is right now with that his ultimate coming out as well. And Wukong needs to probably keep split pushing at this point. Him running back, it looks like he's going to maybe run back. Him running back to the mid lane isn't going to help. There's no way that they can fight the Dragon without Caitlyn there probably. It's just not going to work out well for them, so it's definitely a better choice for him to keep split pushing right now, as Caitlyn is dead and it would be a 4v5 at the Dragon fight. Shen is in that top lane though, and it does look like he has bought actually home guards. So he's gonna go right back out to the turret there. Looks like it's within a couple hits there, and Wukong's just gonna back off. In the meantime, Team Impulsive does lock up a free Dragon, and it takes the gold lead back up to about 2k now.
So it's an extremely close game with the gold lead. Oh, Wukong goes in on Veigar and ults him down. Ari is able to kill him without getting stunned by his event horizon. And so that's a nice free kill for Melon Smash. So now the gold is only about 1,500 apart, which is one of the closest games that we've streamed so far in this tournament at the 20-minute mark. And at this point, it's really anyone's game, even though the clock is ticking in favor of Team Impulsive.
Yeah, even though it's pretty locked up right now and it is anybody's game, you do have to keep in mind that Team Impulsive does have a super strong late game team if they're able to get there. So we'll see how well that goes out for them. Tristana is hanging around in this bottom lane as their turret goes down though. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ahri dash in here. Wukong is coming in as they do go in onto Nocturne there. Because Stand United comes in from Shen, looks like Nocturne's going to chase right back around on that. Paranoia goes off, Shen goes in with the taunt. They instantly burst Ahri down as they turn in onto Caitlyn now. Ignite is burned onto her. She's trying to cut away here. Looks like Tristana's getting in there. Flash goes in, double kill coming out. Wukong tries to run away. Looks like he's going to drop down as well as Mr. Double picks that one up. And that was a 3-for-none trade as the members of Melon Smash got a little over-aggressive there and ended up fighting a 4v3. So good job by Nocturne to be able to turn that around to get Shen to come in with that standing 9 to be able to land that taunt. It looks like they're going to push right in onto this secondary turret here. Jarvan's not careful here. It looks like he's going to walk right into Thresh. It looks like he's going to be smart and then walk around the other way. Home guards are picked up by Ahri. She's going to be able to get right back in there. They do have to be careful of Veigar though, as Veigar's going to come in right now with his just instantly bursting Sona with everything coming down. And just going to walk right out after that. Looks like Jarvan is going to engage in here. Goes straight in onto Veigar in the back line and then flashes right back out. Good death play coming. Looks like Jarvan's going to be able to get right there as Wukong goes off with the Cyclone, trying to get in onto Tristana, but it's taking way too much damage. That's back out now. Nocturne is getting really low at this point. Ace in the hole comes out. Thresh flashes, saves him with no health. Everybody is so low right now as Wukong picks that one up. Thresh gets out with no health. Nocturne has no health as well. Flash comes out from Caitlyn, doesn't pick up the kill. Her Caliber net is going to be up there, and then there comes the double kill locking down for her. So good turnaround there. A lot of people really low in that fight. Really close fight. It just really goes to show, though, how strong the team fight is from Melon Smash if they're able to get it. That was a really sloppy fight from both teams, but if they're able to get in and get a good team fight, they really do have a really strong team comp.
Yeah, that was not the greatest initiation from Melon Smash. Jarvan went in very deep and then got completely cut off by the event horizon from Veigar and the box from Thresh. That area crowd control just stopped his team from being able to follow him, and he ended up having to just dive in and then immediately flash out and try to run away. And despite that bad initiation and the response from Team Impulsive, they were still able to clean up a lot of kills with Caitlyn staying very safe, and they were able to really bring themselves back from what was a slippery slope with them going downhill.
Lots of pings coming down here in the mid lane as they do spot out all these wards. Lots of vision coming in for the side of Team Impulsive as Melon Smashers is trying to clear that out a little bit as I Can't Summon drops a pink ward, picks up a couple of wards, add that to the bank. We do see the team's grouping up in mid here. I really would like to see Melon Smash go in on this. Shen is in the top lane though, he does have that Stand United up, but it'll be really interesting to see if anybody gets caught out here. Keep eyes now on Frost Reaver on Vager. If he's able to catch out a squishy target from Melon Smashers, that target is going to die. 100%, not a whole lot can save them there. Good ward coming in from Wu Gaming there. Pink ward does come out though as Nocturne chases Jarvan away. Looks like they're just going to back off and let Wukong go back up to the top lane though. Do you see both teams grouping up here by the race? Ahri does go out, does get on Thresh as they jump right in onto him. Stand United does come in though, Nocturne jumps right into the back on Caitlyn. Ahri is dashing around. Cyclone in the back line for Wukong as he jumps straight onto Vager. He is getting extremely low. He drops almost down. He's barely running away. He does get picked up there by Tristana. Jarvan goes back in there onto Nocturne. Uses that Cataclysm a little late. Here comes the Event Horizon out as Jarvan does get picked up. And now it's Caitlyn and Ahri left to 4 members of Team Impulsive. Great Stand United in that fight from Pride SP coming out to save Thresh there as he got really low and it was perfectly timed, and then they walked right into the box. It was a perfectly placed box as they tried to chase in deeper into the back line. Really cut off Wukong. Good job by Nocturne to zone out Caitlyn and Ahri.
Yeah, and then we saw the zone crowd control from Team Impulsive with Thresh's box and the Event Horizon from Vager. As soon as Jarvan went in, they dropped it all behind him and kept him alone. He was isolated for the majority of that fight, and Caitlyn and Ahri weren't able to get anywhere near Tristana or the other carries.
Yeah, it was really good fight placement for Team Impulsive, fighting in that jungle there in such a small corner there. They were really able to lock him up with that Event Horizon, lock him up with that box coming out from Thresh. So it really makes quite a difference there. Wukong went really deep there. Wukong really isn't tanky enough yet though to survive that long. He went in the back and he got Vager to about half health by himself as Jarvan had not gone in yet. But it really... Then he just got torn apart by Tristana, who does have a Bloodthirster right now, has a Static Shiv and a BF Sword, and was just absolutely shredding through Wukong, as well as Vager in the back line, who's able to blow him up. So Wukong really isn't lasting long at all in the back line, and Jarvan really hasn't gone in at the same time as him. They haven't really coordinated when they go in together. It's been a little bit sloppy from them, and that was just really bad fight placement, like where they chose to fight. So they did catch out the Thresh, and they were trying to finish him up, but they weren't able to kill him before the Stand United did come in though, so that really made the difference in the fight.
Yeah, so now we're at the 28-minute mark, and most of the vision is currently focused on the bottom half of the map. I'm surprised that neither team has really started trying to control the the Baron portion of the map. We see Jarvan face-checking the bush and gets caught out, blown up immediately by Vager. Now Tristana's caught by a charm. Sona's ult lands on Tristana and
great
Nocturne.
crescendo from Sona. Yeah. Ace in the hole picks up Nocturne. Wow, that was a great crescendo coming out from I Can't Summon there on Sona.
They're able to get 2 kills from Jarvan getting caught out and almost finish off Vager. Looks like Shen's just trying to walk past them all now. Not the best pathing by him, and a lot of damage comes out onto him, but he's able to walk away with about half of his HP.
Yeah, I don't know there. It looks like Team Impulsive got a little bit too overzealous, and they got a little bit, they went in onto the Jarvan there, caught him out, but he is the tank, and they burned a lot onto him. He's not very tanky at this point, but they burned a lot onto him, and they were able to really turn it around, catch out Lycopus on Tristana. He got a little bit too close there. His positioning was a little bit off, and Ahri was able to hit him with the charm, and then when he tried to flash away, a great crescendo came out from I Can't Summon. And because Tristana's positioning in that fight really changed the difference and made it a good fight for Melon Smashers.
So it's a good item choice by Sona rushing the Mikhails that'll really help her team to deal with Vager. You can see with the long delayed spell, I don't remember what it's called, that he has after the stun, Sona can see who that's going to land on and release them from the stun as well as heal them back up. and hopefully mitigate Vigor's burst enough that their carry can survive.
Yeah, definitely having that picked up, that Crucible getting picked up is definitely a great first item coming out from Sona, as they have a lot of CC coming out from the other side here of on Team Impulsive. Able to CC, or cleanse the CC from, you know, the Event Horizon coming out could really save the life if they're able to dodge that Dark Matter. However, at this point in the game, I really feel like if Vigor does catch out Ahri or Caitlyn, or even Sona, he's going to be able to completely just burst them coming out with his ultimate and his Baleful Strike. I feel like that's all he's going to need to be able to do out the damage. He's dealing about 700 damage right now with his Baleful Strike alone. Of course, that ignores, like, not counting the magic resist, and he's doing about 1400 with his ultimate. So there's quite a bit of damage that's going to be coming out. As we do have a pause come out here.
Go ahead and pull up the chat and see what the pause is all about. Chat was talking about how people having to go to the bathroom. Yep, they did in fact pause because someone had to go to the bathroom. Apparently someone has inside information as to what's actually going on in the game in our chat. Alright. So, another small pause. We see now that the Vision has moved to the upper half of the maps. The teams are preparing for Baron. It really comes down to the next team fight and how it plays out as to who's going to be able to get the first inhibitor or Baron. And so the next team fight will really decide how the rest of the game is going to play out.
Yeah, I feel like the next fight will really have a huge impact on the game. We do see about a 3k gold lead coming in here for the side of Team Impulsive. This next fight is really going to establish quite a bit. If Team Impulsive wins this next fight, I really feel like they're going to be in dominating control of the game, and they're going to be able to completely just, you know, snowball this one into a victory, as they are the better late game team. And it looks like Sona is going to maybe get caught out here. They actually do go in onto Caitlyn there. She gets bursted. Sona gets a little bit too close. Fear does come down, and she's able to just barely sneak out there. But Caitlyn a little out of position there and gets picked up on that. So we'll see here, watch Vigor here, is just going to straight in there with that Event Horizon. He's going to drop down that Dark Matter, doesn't hit anybody. Looks like Wukong was maybe considering going in there, but it is a 4v5, so I'll be interested to see if they do decide to go in there. I'm not sure how wise that would be without Caitlyn there. She does have a big portion of their damage at this point. Event Horizon comes out onto Ahri.
Oh, we saw
Crucible was burned there.
That guy was Crucible, saving the carries like you were talking about before. The Charm lands on Nocturne, and the hook lands on Ahri. She might be in trouble now. She flashes away.
Out. Cyclone comes in. Good crescendo as they catch out many members there. It looks like it's not going to be enough though without Caitlyn, as they're all slowly backing out with low health. Shen chases in onto Ahri. Dash right back out onto that. Lycopus does leap in with Tristana there, and Jarvan's going to throw up his flag. It looks like he wanted to go in, but didn't have enough mana there. Probably better for him.
So
Caitlyn did show up now.
That was a great initiation by Melon Smash, but it happened like 15 seconds too early. Caitlyn wasn't quite in the fight yet, and they really needed her there. She is a huge portion of their
Red
damage.
team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, so not the best time in there coming out from Melon Smash. As it looks like they are chasing in here onto Thresh. Death Sentence does come out, but it hits Jarvan. Good job by Jarvan taking that one for the team. And he's going to jump right in onto Thresh there. Looks like he wants to lock him down. Ace in the Hole does come out. Nocturne does tank that for Thresh. Jarvan is pursuing, but Lycopus is just slowly shipping him away. And it looks like they're going to give up on that. Ahri's Spirit Rush was still down from the previous fight. If that was up, they would have definitely engaged probably. We do see Shen trying to take away the blue cuff right now as Vigor comes over to probably claim that, but we do see Wukong coming straight in here. Looks like they know they're going to dive right in here onto Shen as they see him. Shen is just slowly going away on that. Wukong does go in there with his Nimbus Strike. It looks like he's going to back right out though, and they're going to just take that blue buff and give it to Wukong. Ahri does have a double buff on currently, so Wukong does claim that one. It looks like they're going to go over to this dragon and try to take this though, so Melon Smash is being the aggressive here. Ward does come out. Frost Reaper though, look at that damage coming out onto Wukong. Half health just from that one dark matter. They really need to finish this dragon quick though before they get around the wall. Looks like they're not going to finish it. Well, they can't make up their minds, and they're just going to give the dragon up. Crescendo comes out, but it looks like the team doesn't want to go in on it. And a waste of Crescendo there is, looks like Melon Smash decided not to go in onto that one.
Yeah, they're in a little bit of a tough spot as Wukong got knocked really low. However, Team Impulsive was split up as they both went towards them different ways around the Dragon Wall. And so that fight could have gone in favor of Team Melon Smash if they had played it off properly. But instead they decided to play it safe and back up. And it looks like Thresh is wanting to start Baron now as he has it pinked with his oracles and starts to deal tons of damage to it. We'll see if Melon Smash
they're burning right in onto this.
See if
They're
Melon
going to burn
Smash
it down
figures it out.
extremely quick. Tristana's just going to lay that Baron out, and Ward comes in over the wall. I expect to see Wukong maybe flashing him. They're just going to try for a steal off of that, and they're not going to get it. And Melon Smash is going to have to back off now as free Baron picked up there by Team Impulsive. Good job by them.
Yeah, it was a pretty safe call since they had the vision blocked off and they knew that Sona's ultimate was down. Without Sona's ultimate, Melon Smash really is missing a large portion of their crowd control. And so it was relatively safe for them to at least start the Baron, and then if they showed up, back off if they needed to.
They do have a lack of vision behind on the other side of the map too. After River, they don't really have any vision whatsoever going in there. So Team Impulsive doing a great job. Thresh picking up that Oracle, being able to clear out all those wards. So really good job by him. That dragon fight though, Team Melon Smash was really indecisive there. They started the dragon, they got it extremely low. They would have been able to pick that up for free if they had decided just to focus it down, but it looks like half the team wasn't sure, probably some split calls coming out there, and they backed off and ended up giving away the dragon for free, even though it would have taken about 2 hits from everybody to go down. And then Sona lands a good crescendo on 3 members, and it looks like Jarvan did not want to go in on that, as they just let the crescendo kind of sit, let them dance there, and then they just kind of backed off. And then good rotation by Team Impulsive to head over, take that free Baron, and now they're completely in the driver's seat of this game as they're up about 8k right now at 36 minutes.
This game definitely isn't over though. They do have the Baron buff, and we'll see how much of an advantage they're going to be able to take before they lose the Baron buff. But once that Baron buff's gone, I still think that Melon Smash does have the advantage if they get an even 5v5 fight without anyone being picked off. Unfortunately for them, Team Impulsive has really strong ability to pick them off.
This is what I was talking about with that late game team comp earlier though. They do have a great late game team comp. Shen's going to be able to just push in now. I don't think he can take Wukong 1v1 though, as you just see them go straight in there, and Ari just gets blown up in the top lane by
Sona
Bigger.
did even use her Mikhails there to save Ari. So despite all of that, Vigor's ultimate alone was able to do over 3/4 of Ari's
Look
HP.
at that dark matter coming in. Caitlyn runs out, does get picked up by Lycopus. Lycopus does turn it straight to Sona for a double kill. Wukong is going in, but he's all by himself. And it's just going to jump out there. Taunt comes out, does land onto Jarvan. Death Sentence coming out from Thresh. Great job with that. Good play. Lycopus is able to pick that one up as well. As they turn in onto Wukong, they're going to burst him down as well, right under the turret. And that's a 5 for 0, and they're going to look like they're going to take the Nexus, and then Team Impulsive is going to take game 1.
Wow, so that was a great game coming up between these two teams. I'm really excited to see if Melon Smash is able to win the second game and bring it to a best of 3. But for now, yeah, it was just ended really well, and it was a great game.
Yeah, that
job
game
by
went
Team
really
Impulsive
well.
pulling that out.
That late game team comp, though,